Welcome to one and all. Today we are going to learn ITSW 3101 Application Software Development Lab 5 JSF Core Tag Demo. Actually, this core tag there are many, but mainly we are going to learn F colon validate mean and converter date, converter date time, converter number. These are the mainly four tags today we are going to learn. Right, there are two exercises here. In the first exercise, we are going to learn. That means we are going to validate this data, whether it is empty or within the range, like that. That means F colon, and within the range means F colon double, validate double range. For example, here, see, validate double range, validate long range, validate length. Some few, not all, some few core tags we are going to learn. Okay, here we have two exercise. First exercise, we are actually all the input are in the text box only, but we are going to validate this user input. The second exercise, this is we are going to use BeanValidation. That means F colon BeanValidation. We are going to update in the JSF CDI bean. Okay, now we'll start with steps. First one is JSF validation demo. Just to open the NetBeans. Yes, already open. Next step, create the new web application of Java with Maven category lab 5. Therefore, file new project. The category is Java with Maven and the project is web application. Next, it is lab 5. Okay, now next, click next. The server is Glassfish, the version is 8. Click finish. Okay, what is the next step? Add the JavaServer Faces framework. Okay, that is the next step. Okay, still it is creating. Once it's created, we can add. In the meantime, we'll go through the next step. The next step, we are going to create user managed bean.java in the package name called my.presentation of the scope is request. Okay, that one we are going to update. I'll open. Still it is creating the project, not yet over. Therefore, we'll go through the code. See that here we are going to use annotation. Annotated not null. What is the message? Please enter the username. It cannot be null. Therefore, here we are going to use the annotation not null at the rate of not null. Where is this class available in which package? We are going to see more in detail. Okay, it is created. Yes, still it is creating the project because it is Java with Maven. It takes a little more time to create because it is going to create POM file and all required files. Okay, in the meantime, I'll discuss more in detail about this exercise. That means the user must enter their name, the amount, and what is the withdraw amount, the father name and mother name. Here, see that once they enter the name, suppose if they without entering anything, if they click OK, then it will say please enter the username. It cannot be null. Once if you enter the username, then it will ask please enter the value between 100 Omani Riyal, 500 paise and 999.99. That means it will accept between 100.500 to maximum less than 1000 Omani Riyal, and you can withdraw only 100. Therefore, withdraw amount, the actual amount is between this, the withdraw amount between 100 and 500. And the father name, it will accept only alphabets. If you enter, therefore, it will check the entry whether it is only alphabets. If they add by number, it won't accept. And obviously the default one, last one is mother name is required. We'll see. Yes, successfully project is created. Now we'll move to the steps. What is the step number 1? Completed. Step number 2, we are going to create user managed bean class. That means right click, new, JSF CDI bean. The class name is user managed bean. The package name is my.presentation. Just I copy that one. I'll not use, I'll put inside the lab 5. Okay, my.presentation. The scope is what? Request. The scope is what? Request. Okay, click finish. Immediately it will create the user managed bean inside the package name my.presentation, that is inside your the actual path. Now here we are going to add the annotation with the message with one variable. Okay, now just I'm going to paste that code to save the time. Now see that not null. What is not null? Okay, it is I'm going to import. Okay, now not null is uh, added. That means see it is a constraint, right? Not null is one of the constraint to validate whether it is empty or not. If it is empty, it won't permit to submit. If it is not empty, then only it will submit. Okay, and also we can add the message here, please enter the username. It cannot be null. Actually this is the validating the bean. Actually your bean class validating your user input. Okay, now we'll move to the next step. Next step, we are going to create the JSF page. Okay, and before that we missed one step. What is that step? We must add the JSF framework, right? Add JSF framework. That is very important. We missed that because otherwise we cannot get the index.xhtml. Right click the project properties, go to the framework, and already it is added here. Okay, therefore it is a Java server will need to be added to project, and it is not defined in the ID. Just I click OK. Yes, successfully added. Okay, now right click new JSF page. What is the name of the JSF page? JSF validation demo. Okay, JSF validation demo, and click finish. Okay, now successfully created. Now what is this one? This one is having the output label in the JSF validation demo. First one is the title of this page is, instead of facelet title, we are going to add JSF validation demo. And here we have the only one input. It is here we are going to use validate bean, not this is the one of the, see what is validate bean. It specifies the validation group for bean validation, that is your bean class validation. Already it is clearly given. Okay, now I'm before adding this code, what we are going to do, we are going to add the okay, now what we are going to add, we are going to add the JSF form. Inside the JSF form, we add the panel grid to manage the layout of the your panel. Okay, panel h colon h colon panel grid. Column is what? Column is 2. Okay, column is 2. Just close the tag. Okay, here I'm going to add one output label. It is nothing but username. Okay, what is this one? Okay, this is username. Okay, I'll make it minimized to see the full screen. Okay, username. Next one is what? This is managed bean. Okay, this is the sorry, not managed bean. This is the next user interface component is input text. It is going to uh, display the text box. In the text box, here we are going to use what? Validate bean. Therefore it will check if you are going to if you are not going to enter any value, then the form is not ready to accept your input. Okay, now here this one break, no need, only we are going to add the command button. This command button I'm going to put outside the panel grid. The reason is this command button only click OK. Once click OK, which page is going to open? Response. Therefore we must create one more page called response.xhtml. Actually, since we added the validation in the constraint in the managed bean, If you want to validate, that means validate your thing, you must configure. See, open the web XML and add this content, a context parameter and parameter value. Therefore, where it is available, go to the project, web.inf, web XML. Here you must add, right or not? That is a given, right? And after the servlet mapping, where is servlet mapping? Here the servlet mapping. After the servlet mapping, we added the context parameter, because we added this our thing. See, parameter value true. Okay, this we can add, right, done. Okay, now context parameter is added. Okay, now save all the files and click run. Save, go to the project. That means actually we are going to deploy our program. Right click, run. Obviously it is running. It will open the explorer and it will show two things. One is output label, another one is input text. We'll see now. We'll wait and see. If there is no error, see it started the database process, Glassfish server. You can check with the Glassfish server. It is keep on launching the Glassfish Flex platform. Everything it is. That means your server is starting. Since we are going to deploy your program, this program can run only on the server side, not on the client side. That's the reason it start the server. Since our project is web application, that is the reason it is starting the server. Obviously this web application sometimes it need the database, but actually our lab number 5 exercise not required any database, but by default it is started. You can check here. See, security manager instantiated using the basic server security policy. Apache Derby network server started and ready for accept the connection. The port number 1527. Now we'll see that. See, now this is a problem. We must type the correct file name. We'll see what is the file name. This is the JSF validation demo. Sometimes file name may error, or I'll show you another type of error. XHTML. XHTML. Okay, now see that username, that is output label is shown, but the input text is not shown. Sometimes it will, this type of error may come. How to solve this problem? It's very simple. Go to the project. Okay, now web.xml. The web.xml, see the servlet mapping, it will map to the faces. Here you can put x, or another option is available. This we can also solve. If you put correct path, it may work. Faces slash, see that it is working now. Yes, because we need to add the default lab file. It will load the index.xhtml, but we don't have index.xhtml. That's why it is showing error. Now it is clearly mentioned. Therefore, there is no problem in our NetBeans. The problem in the problem is not defined the correct path. See, we added the data that is private, but if you want to access this data, this variable outside, you must add getter and setter. Right click getter and setter, just add generate. Now see that once if you save the file, now here just refresh, still it is telling property name. Okay, it is saved. Okay, now yes, it is saved. Now again refresh. Yes, see that once that property is accessed outside, obviously you can access. Now I am not enter anything. See, please enter the username. It cannot be null. Therefore, as per the exercise 1 requirement, first one is done. Please enter the username. It cannot be null as per the validation. JSF core tag demo, JSF bean validate bean. Okay, now we'll move to the next one. Therefore, it's worked fine. Here afterwards, we are not going to run our web application project. Just we are going to enter the page only. Now the next one, validate the enter. We are going to validate F colon validate double range. Therefore, please here we are going to modify the manage bean and add the generate the getter and setter. What we are going to add? We are going to add not null, private double amount, and all this code we are going to add. First we will add the two code. Okay, where is the NetBeans? Now see, we are going to add the another property in the managed bean. Now since this is message, please enter the amount, private double amount. We must add the getter and setter, insert code, getter and setter, select the option, generate. Now save. Now data field is added. At the same time, we must add the code in the JSF page. Okay, what is the code? Output label amount. The amount is user managed bean. Here we are not going to call validate bean. Here we are going to call validate double range. What is the validate double range? Validate double range, it's add the attribute arbitrary validator to the component or use a specific double range. Okay, this all this validator related to this one double range, right? Within the decimal value it will accept. That is the main thing. Okay, what is the decimal value? Minimum 10. Okay, you can add this one. 100 Omani Riyal 500 paise and 999 Omani Riyal 999 paise. This is the thing we are going to validate the input. Validate the input with the value. Okay, now we'll go to the JSF validation demo. Okay, now we are going to add. Okay, we are going to add the output label. After output label, input text. Input text, it see that here one point you may note down. Here you have the message. Please enter the amount between. Now what is the message in the managed bean class? Please enter the amount. Which one will come? We'll see now. We'll see. After that, we are called the validate. That is a core tag validate double range. What does validate double range means? It will validate the data with decimal values. Validate the data of decimal values. Now I am going to refresh. Okay, just cancel. Okay, try. Suppose if it is expired, see, a request scope is expired. Again, the session is expired because our session is request type. Therefore, we will open the new browser because the old browser session is expired. Okay, now again we'll open the new browser. We'll paste. Okay, now see that. Still because I am not saved, that's the reason. See, it not saved. JSF page not saved. Now refresh. Yes. Now if I click OK, enter the amount between 100.500 999. Okay, now 100. See, it is not showing enter the amount. Okay, I will not delete anything. Just if I click OK, it is same thing. Therefore, the message in the managed bean class, see, the message in the managed bean class is overridden by the message given in the JSF page. What is the conclusion? If you give the message in the JSF page as well as if you give message in the your managed bean, which one will be displayed? Obviously, your JSF page message only displayed. That is the main point here. Okay, now we'll move to the next step. It is working. Now we are going to use validate length. This will check the length of your value length. Okay, that is we'll fix minimum 5 max, therefore it will accept minimum 5. For example, where we are using this length, minimum 5, maximum 10 in the username field. Now see that we are going to change, use this tag to minimum and maximum. Okay, therefore instead of validate, instead of name, we are going to change now. We are not going to use validate bean. Instead of validate bean, we are going to use validate length. Okay, validate length. What is the minimum 5, maximum 10. Therefore, it will accept minimum 10 character, minimum 5 character, maximum 10 character. Okay, therefore, actually instead of validate bean, I updated. What is this tag? Now this is another validator. Okay, see that validator length. This will check your character input, and if it is less than 5, it will not accept. If it is more than 10, also not accept. We'll see now this one. Okay, I'll save this one. Now we updated the validator. Okay, the core tag validator. Okay, now, okay, now where is our this? Yes, cancel. Now I'll check. Okay, now I'll put 11DD, 3 letter only. Now see that validator length is allowable minimum 5. Okay, now I'll add may. Okay, now see that it is telling minimum 5. I put minimum 5. That's why it is. Now length will be allowable, not allowed more than 5. Length greater than, see, it's validation error because I am not given any message. That's why it is giving validation error. Suppose if I delete everything, if I click OK, please enter. It cannot be null. Okay, this is a message from the bean class. Suppose if you want to display the message, what to do? We'll see now. Okay, if you want to give the message, you can give the validator message there also. Okay, now we are going to use another core tag name called f colon validation validate long range. This is the integer. Okay, for to check the numeric value component for the criteria range. Now what is this one? Now we are going to enter another data field name called another property name called withdraw. That is, we are going to add in the where we are going to add in the managed bean. Okay, now obviously if you add any private data, you need to add getter and setter. The shortcut for to getting this display, alt insert and select getter and setter, generate, immediately get. Getter and setter, you know that clearly. Getter is helpful to read the private data. Setter is to helpful to update the update or write the private data. Okay, this is done. Now we are going to add this to input. This to input, it is very clear. It will check only the integer value, not double value. Minimum 100 Omani Riyal, maximum 500 Omani Riyal. Now where this one, this is inside the JSF page, that is after the double range input. Okay, here we have the validation message. Okay, now right, this is the input text. I must close input text. Yes, input text here. Okay, already the tag is closed. Okay, now the next data field, as I mentioned in the here, the next one is father name. Father name is accepted only alphabets, not numbers. Okay, for that we are going to add not null. It is doing. Please enter the father name. Okay, where this is in the managed bean class JSF CDA bean. Father name, obviously. What is the property name? Private string father name. Okay, private string father name. Alt insert button, getter and setter, select, get father name. Now add this code. This code is nothing but label and the format of father name input. Okay, first one is a label to display the father name. Second one is the input text. What is the validation message? Okay, validation message is only alphabet. What is the core tag validator? Validate regex. Okay, that means we are going to validate this one. Which one? Okay, right, I'll display this page. Yes, validate regex, last one. This is going to validate your input. It will accept only the expression. It is accept only the expression. What is the expression? Between small letter, capital letter, and that is A to Z small letter, A to Z capital letter. It is accept only these input. Okay, that is the thing. Now we are going to cancel, click OK. Now I'll put okay, retry. Oh, I didn't save, I think. We'll check. Yes, not saved. Okay. So request to scope is over. Therefore, again, we need the new browser to access this server. Okay. As per the life cycle of JS, first request come, then only the respective the program will run. Now see, if I click OK, it cannot be null. Enter the amount between 100 and 999. You can withdraw only between 100, say, and father name only alphabet, because I am not enter anything. Okay, see, right, accepted. Now next, what is the next one? Last one, mother name. It is nothing new. This is, we are going to check. It is this is compulsory to enter by the user. Okay, there is a last property in the JSF managed bean. Obviously, add the getter and setter, insert code, getter and setter. Now generate. Now this is the code required for your JSF page. There is the JSF page. This is the last code, last line. That means enter. What is the tag name? Here the tag name is no tag. Here I added here. See, input text, mother name only required. That's all. Okay. No tag. See, mother name is required. We'll see without enter here. We'll see. Okay. Make the new request. Father name is there. I think saved or not. Yes, not saved. Every time I forget to save. Again, the request scope is. Yeah, suppose if you add one new tab, you can see now. Even though if it is new tab, it will say same error, because you cannot make the request from the same browser. You must open the new browser and send the request to the local host. Okay, if you make new request, the server will respond. Now see that mother name is required. Mother name I will put Mary, something like that. Okay, now see that mother name is warning message is disappeared. Now almost first one done. Once if you click OK, what you are get the response. Response, your data is valid. Therefore, we must add the response. Okay, when you click OK, add the following code. Suppose if there is any problem, already we done. Okay, we must add the response page, where we must add, actually we must add in the beginning itself as a response page. Okay, now before saving here, create what? Create JSF page, namely JSF page name what? Response. Response. Okay, and add the following code. Okay, and add the following code, response. Okay, what is the code we are going to add? Nothing but just what? I can say h1, your data is valid. Your data is valid. This is the information to the client. Information to the client. Okay, this is the data value. This is a response from the server. Okay, now I am going to create the response project. Right click, new JSF page. Name of the page is response. Okay, what I am going to respond, your data is valid. Your data is valid. This is server response. We can give server response. Okay, this is the title I am going to give, server response. Okay, I'll put in bracket. Okay, now I'll make it color as it is. Server response title. Okay. Right. Now save this one. Now click OK. Again, session is expired. score, that means our scope is expired. Now open again new browser, and send the request to the server. Send the request to the server. Alright, now I'll put the correct username. I'll put my name through MS amount. I'll put the correct amount. What is amount? Minimum 100.6. I'll put also correct amount. Withdraw amount I'll put minimum 100. Okay, the father name I'll put mother name. If I click OK, see I entered all the data valid. If I click OK, you will see that you will get. Suppose if I entered wrong data, you will not get this response. Okay, now first exercise done. Now we'll move to the second exercise. What is the second exercise? Java bean validation. The last one, the validation are what? See, what is the first validation? We put validate bean. After that, we change to F colon, which one? Validate length we made it. Right or not? We changed. Validate double range. Almost all the validator we used. Validator double range, validate long range, validate length, validate regular expression. Regex means regular expression. These are the four tag we learned. These are the four tags we learned. That is regular expression validator. These are the validator tag. Mainly in the first exercise we learned the validator tag. Second exercise we are going to learn validate bean. We are going to learn what? Validate bean. Okay, that is the second exercise. What is the second exercise? If you see that, and another point, the message will be displayed in the respective user interface component. See here. For this, what we are going to do? We are going to create one new CDA bean class name called person. The scope is request. The package is my.presentation. Therefore, the same package. Therefore, I'm going to create new JSF CDA bean. The name of the class is person. It is request. Click finish. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to add, see that these are the constraints we are going to add in the properties of managed bean. That is a person bean class. First one is not null. Okay, now I'm going to import the first constraint, not null. Second constraint is what? Minimum. Third constraint is size, the new one. Okay, therefore here, therefore we add the four properties. Right or not? Okay, we add the four properties. See that the message is here, name cannot be empty. First one for the name, not null. Next, mobile cannot be empty. Third one is see there are two constraints here. See here we have single constraint. Last two single constraint. Name cannot be empty. Here the minimum age is 18. If you enter more than 18, it will accept your input. Otherwise, but here two constraint. Constraint number one, your mobile number cannot be empty, and the size is 8 digit. The mobile number size is 8 digit. This because all these properties are private. We need getter and setter. We need getter and setter. I generated getter and setter all for all the properties. Now what is the next one? We are going to create one new JSF page name called JSF bean validation demo. Okay, go to the properties, right click, new JSF page. The name of the page is JSF bean validation demo. Just click finish. Immediately it will create the page. Okay, now I'll give the title also same. Okay, this is the another core tag, that is a JSF bean validation demo. Okay, now what is the code? Here code is 3 output label, 3 text box, but each text box represent different. Here we are using only break. We are not going to use panel grid. Only we are going to use the form. Obviously, Okay, JSF form. Where is the JSF form? Here I added. If you use panel grid, you will get rich look. If you go normal break, it will not that much. The layout is not designed properly. Now see that output label, username. First one is the username. Second one is the input text. That is the first row. Okay, and what is the message here? Okay, the message is, it is message, it is given in the red color. After that we have one break. After that again we have the second row. Enter the age, the input text. This id is age id. The person age means if this is person, it referred to the respective CDI bean class, and age is a property of the CDI bean class. And we have the message. What is the message? This message will taken from the bean and it will display in the respective. See that the message is displayed immediately after that. That is the purpose of this tag, message tag. Okay. After that we have one break. Similarly, we have the output label. That is the third one, mobile number. After that, the input text. Again we are going to display the message. Why? If you see our exercise, it is very clear we want to display in the respective row. I don't want to display last exercise all the messages displayed at the down. I don't want. I want to display immediately after my user input. Now see that why, see the design is not proper. Why? Because we are not use panel grid. If you use panel grid, this will be properly arranged. Okay, we have the button. What is the button? If you click OK, you will get the response page. That means your data is valid. Now we are going to run this one. What is the name of this page? Name of the page is JSF Bean Validation Demo. Okay, JSF Bean Validation Demo. Now I'll go here. I'll go to that same, whether it's work or not, we'll see. Yes, because it is new page, that's why it is working. If I click OK, now see that name cannot be empty. Now I am going to enter the name. Yes, my shortcut name, Thurums. Age, I'll put my age is 16. We'll see. Must be greater than or equal to 18. Therefore, I'll put 18. Mobile number, I'll put 99221100. Okay, I'll put more digit. See, mobile must have the digit. Therefore, it's the message is changing according to that. See, if I put 99, must have 8 digit, 99112233. Okay, now if I click OK, your data is valid. Today we learned successfully two tags. One is validated tags, another one is bean validation tag. That is mainly we learned two types of tags. Validated double range tags, validate long range, validate length, validate regular expression tag, and valid. Mainly we learned these two type of core tags we learned today in this lab number 5. Thank you very much for listening.